From almost losing his life, being roasted daily by Greg Doucette, and losing six-figure sums gambling, Togi has had a rough few months, and it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better for him anytime soon.
I've fully blacked out.
I'm gonna need your ID.
Oh! Brad, you gotta shut the f*** up!
And his recent issues started at the very end of 2024 when he was sent to hospital and was so close to dying, he was actually dreaming about the doctors calling his mother, telling her that he didn't make it. On the 27th of November 2024, Togi released this image of himself on a hospital bed, looking passed out and covered with medical equipment. The caption read, "I could have easily died last night. Hadn't slept in 3 days trying to get my YouTube video out. At some point, accidentally got my hands on some Adderall, cut with and overdosed. Another thing, before the ambulance came as I was seizing on the ground, I was 100% sure that my time had come. Take care of yourself, friends. Imagine how sad your mother would be if you had passed." And this final sentence is the part which really seems to have shaken Togi to his core, as in his most recent vlog, uploaded on January 16th, 2025, he finally shows us the behind the scenes and how it made him feel. And it really does make you feel sorry for him as he shares what seems to be a genuine feeling of regret.
Almost saw my last day. I thought I had seen my last day. I made the decision to take 40 and I ended up in the hospital a few hours later. And as I was seizing on the ground, I didn't experience the typical slideshow of memories that you're supposed to experience when your time has come. I was laying there overwhelmed with the feeling of regret. I just wanted to call my mother and tell her that I'm sorry that she had to. I'm sorry that I wasn't there to take care of her through her old age, that she had to live through the death of her son. That night, the doctors asked me 4 different times if I was on a suicide mission. Obviously not. I would never dirk my schmirk. I was saved by God's grace, to say the least. This past experience has opened my eyes that my body is a temple and it's not permanent.
This seemed like it should have been a turning point for him in his life, and although you can never tell when Togi is being genuine, this scare did seem to shake him. In the same vlog, he shared just how deep his addiction to Adderall went, where he revealed the seriously scary amount he was taking and how long he was taking it for.
New day alert! Even though I got totally schmeckelbongs last night, I'm feeling pretty good, and honestly, I think it's because I'm off. I didn't realize how negatively I was impacting my life. That's not a joke, it's serious. I don't think I was consistently taking for about 2 months, every day. And it was doing a number up here. And then after like the almost death scenario, I was like, all right, let's pump the brakes on the Adderall.
Well, literally the same day, Togi is back to his old ways and seemingly brushes off the "life is for living" motto as he starts gambling with huge amounts of money and of course is completely drunk while doing so.
I've got a flight at 5 a.m. tomorrow, but I've landed myself reasonably hammered and I really just want to win a car. So we've deposited an exact $20,000, and that's a good point I would like to bring up to the chat. Is I'm practicing responsible gambling.
Before we get into the losses Togi suffered in this session, which is an insane amount, it's important to look at why he does this in the first place. Yes, he's probably addicted to gambling, alcohol, and drugs, but it seems like the root cause of this was revealed by Togi a couple of months ago, as he did an IQ test in his video, and it did not go well for him.
And recently I've just been feeling really retarded. I'm concerned for myself. I'm genuinely pretty sure something's wrong up here. I feel good, I'm happy. But like not the good kind of happy, like the like retard autistic kind of happy, which is not good, So I'm taking an IQ test, get the bottom of it, and then if it's bad, I can go to the doctor and get my IQ fixed. 130 is the top 98%, which is the goal. If I'm not in the top 98%, I don't know, I'm a bot. Which I have been feeling like a little bit of a bot recently, but whatever, we ball. So 130, here we go. Lock in. I seriously gotta lock in here because this is no joke.
Togi struggled his way through the IQ test and even did multiple to confirm his score, which revealed just how low it really was.
There is no way I got 79 on that test. We're definitely using the score. What did I get the first time? 89? There's 79? 79 is like the bottom fucking 10% of all people.
So Togi did this IQ test through a very strange looking website, but because his IQ is so low, he probably doesn't know the risks of putting his personal data into random websites and how they can sell on your data. This is where today's sponsor Incogni comes in, and they could have protected Togi from this, and once those spam emails start flooding his inbox, he will have wished he signed up. Now, have you ever noticed that you'll search for something online and all of a sudden you'll get flooded with spam emails with people wanting to sell you the thing you just searched for? Well, what happens is these companies sell your data to data brokers, who then sell your information to advertisers. Incogni found over 50 instances of my data being sold, but because I've signed up, they are helping me deal with it. See, if you send a removal request to these companies and ask for your data to be removed, they legally have to, and this is where Incogni comes in. Instead of hunting around myself, Incogni does everything for me, and for each of the 51 instances found, 51 removal requests were sent. If you want to give Incogni a try, and I highly recommend you do, go to the link in my description and use code BIGCraig at checkout to get 60% off an annual plan, which in all honesty is a great deal. Thanks for Incogni for sponsoring the video, and let's get back into Togi's IQ results. So with Togi's IQ score of 79 confirmed, it might give context and help you to understand the upcoming events, as he gambled hundreds and thousands away in a single night. In his most recent vlog, which is titled Business Masterclass by the way, he has multiple gambling sessions, but the biggest of the video was halfway through, where he deposited more and more money, even begging others to borrow him money when he ran out, and you can guess how this is going to end. It's hard to know just how long he was gambling for, because the section in his video is about 20 minutes long, and considering he only puts the best parts, you can safely assume he was sat for hours, which did not help his luck. He did win multiple times throughout the stream, which included wins of tens and thousands, and even 2 luxury watches worth over $200,000 each. However, because he is hopelessly addicted, he of course lost this all, and even more, ending the night with a loss of $226,000. In this very same video, which is still the same video he cried in about wanting to live life to its fullest, he of course continues gambling, but this time with a clear goal.
So the goal is pretty self-explanatory. I'm trying to win $10 million gambling. The time frame doesn't matter. I'm gonna take my time on this journey and I'm not gonna give up. That's all that matters. Moving on to bigger and better, greater things. The businesses, I'm never gonna start a business scheme again because that would take away energy and thought from what really is important. Winning $10 million gambling. Boom! Alright.
He goes on yet another gambling spree, clearly looking exhausted by the end of it after screaming his way through each win and each loss. This stream only set him further away from his $10 million goal though, as he ended the video down by almost $200,000. More interesting than his constant gambling was the reveal of his net worth at the end of the video, which he claims is getting close to almost $1.5 million, with the vast majority of that coming from his rapper chains as he calls them. However, this is probably a bit delusional, and it seems like his IQ is really showing here. His poor gambling decisions also led him to calling Greg Doucette at 4:30 in the morning with a request to borrow $100,000. Unsurprisingly, Greg didn't pick up, but he did share what he would have said to Togi if he did answer.
Well, who's calling me? It's like 4 in the morning. No one called me. Like, who's calling me at 4 in the morning? Like, is it an emergency? Did you take too many Addies laced with meth? Like, are you at the hospital? Like, what's going on? You got chlamydia? What's his deal?
Now, in this same stream, Togi claims he is now sober, which seems like a good decision after almost literally dying. But Greg also revealed something about Togi that makes it seem like it might be a little too late for him, as his blood work gave some very concerning signs. As we know, even though he is sober, Togi still drinks far beyond the healthy amount, and is of course on a lot of steroids, which is coming at the cost of his physical appearance.
If you don't have a vacuum, what you doing? It's kind of like selling water, bro. Well, except for that's stupid, because water's free from the sky, so why would you ever buy that? Vacuums don't fall out the sky, definitely not. So, you should be able to sell these like no problem. I'm gonna teach people how to sell vacuums, and then they're gonna sell vacuums for me. I just have to buy vacuums, pay them $10 per vacuum. If I sell $200 vacuums, bought these for $110 each, paid people $10 each to sell them, that's $80 profit per vacuum. 4 million people in LA, $80 profit times 4 million, that's like $50 million.
His acne, although it has cleared up in the past, seems to have gotten much worse in the past few months. Obviously, acne can be genetic and some people suffer regardless of their lifestyle, but Togi's is pretty clearly due to his steroid usage, and it just gets worse for him from here. The other issue that sticks out are his nipples. Quite literally, as they stick out so much that even Larry Wheels took the opportunity to make fun of him for them.
Not bad. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
How many you do?
Your nips are distracting me. Like I'm seeing his nip rest on top, right? Like they're just like
let me
this,
flick
bro.
them really quick. God damn.
I'm tempted.
We'll go into triceps. What do you like to do for triceps?
There's a little milk for me nipples here, by the way. Can you please?
You want to
bring
look it up? I actually charge for that. I bet people pay good money for that, dude.
Well, someone made millions selling the bathwater, so.
Having gyno or enlarged nipples like Togi has is a common symptom for people who abuse steroids. But what isn't so common is his rare skin condition, which has been triggered by using steroids and living his high-stress lifestyle.
You see this? And this? I'm pretty sure that it's a disease, for sure. I don't want to look at WebMD or it's going to say I got leukemia. So let me know in the comments, do I got something serious problem going on here? Because I never seen nothing like that in my life, dude.
Some people online have suspected that he's suffering from vitiligo, which doesn't seem too likely, as in recent videos it has seemed to have cleared up, but Coach Greg did in fact suspect it was vitiligo also.
Now, this problem can be exacerbated or made worse by the following methods. For example, high periods of stress, lack of sleep, having a nutritional deficiency, as in not taking in the proper vitamins and minerals. Add to that, for example, things like alcohol, recreational drugs, and using steroids, which adjusts and alters your hormone balance, and this can in fact lead to vitiligo. Next, we know that Togi's been abusing steroids and also on a beta blocker, and beta blockers have been shown to also add to this problem. And so what we have is a whirlwind of difficulties, the perfect storm, if you will. He was doing so many bad things that something like this was almost inevitable.
Togi has a much more concerning issue than just his skin though, and it was almost inevitable that he was going to be suffering some unseen effects, and the most serious of these was exposed when he did a blood work analysis. And if you think the physical effects were bad, it was only going to get a lot worse for him. On January 31st, 2025, Greg Doucette uploaded a video titled "It's Not Looking Good for Togi," and that seemed to be putting it lightly, as Greg listed pretty much every health defect under the sun, from chlamydia to gonorrhea, even stretching as far as liver failure.
My understanding is protein is how well your liver is chugging. Is it churning or is it not? It is in range, so I think my liver is good.
Immediately no. He skips over the most important marker, bilirubin. And what does it say? It says it's high. How high? Higher than he was when he went to the hospital taking too much Addies and
The worst part is that despite getting his blood work done, it seems like a waste of time for Togi, as he took zero time to learn what it meant and was left confused as to what the warning signs were. Coach Greg is educated on this though, and took the time to tell Togi to seek medical attention as soon as he could, with a sincere warning.
God, I really don't know what most of this stuff means.
And so notice how Togi glances over the fact that his bilirubin is very high. He may in fact have thalassemia. Togi, I suggest you look it up. If this continues any further, you're very likely to get jaundice. This is yellowing of the skin of the eyes, and so please be more careful than last time. And so I strongly suggest you go and get a test done yet again. It's known as an INR test. This will decide if you have liver damage or not.
Now, I don't know about you, but I don't buy the idea that Togi is now fully sober and has stopped taking drugs. You look at his lifestyle, including the money, gambling, cars, and company that he keeps around him, and you've got to wonder how much time he has left to mess around like this. Togi is just one of the many victims of a Greg Doucette call out, and if you want to see the others who have felt the full force of Greg Doucette, click the video that's on your screen now, and I'll see you in the next one.